And we are back with some more of our French campaign. It still bugs me so much. One thing that really annoys me is I don't think there's any way you can change the hotkeys in this game, which bugs me because the button that I pressed to start the recording, F9, is also what puts, I think it's the factions map mode. Yeah, so at the start of every video you'll see this map mode because that's what my recording start key does. You guys don't have orders? You should be assigned to this front. Okay, there we go. So that's set up. Construction's going. Research, we'll get all this stuff going on early, which is very important. Diplomacy, we'll get that. I'm sort of deciding what direction we want to go with. Ruling Italy could be really good, but that would mean we have to start going towards being fascist, which definitely isn't going to be easy. If we go down here, we can start to get it all pretty quickly. We could join the Comintern, which would also be interesting, but I definitely don't want to go the classic route. I mean, Britain's cool and all, and they're pretty strong, but there's only so much they can do to help us. I mean, they'll go and, you know, send invasions up to the north of Germany here, as they sort of generally do. But again, it's one of those things that's hard to tell. We can actually start to look at some of the focuses they're taking here, because it is without the historical autofocus. So they're getting Waxman, 4-year plan, Great Purge, pretty standard stuff to start off with. Italy, Mare Nostrum. So I think that's just all this stuff here. Okay. I'm curious to see what happens. Monroe Doctrine. I've never played as the USA, so I'm not quite sure. Okay. Even with the historical AI focus off, it seems like the US always goes to protect the Americas. I mean, primacy or primacy? I'm not quite sure how the correct pronunciation of that is. Whew, really butchered that word. They're going for home defense, which is okay. They could still end up going to war with Germany. War with Japan, war with Italy. Is it perhaps over here? Okay, so it's over there. Home defense, so they could be going down there pretty early, which is fine by me. If they want to attack Germany as well, then that makes my life a lot easier. Create other fronts so there's less units on these borders. We have more free military factories. We do need a lot of infantry equipment. We need 23,000 to be exact. So we can actually see how long it will take us to get rid of that shortage. So 1900 days, that's quite a few years, so it's definitely something we need to start working on. Because obviously Germany's industrial capacity and their research capacity as well massively outweighs ours, so it's going to be a challenge in that by itself. Hopefully Belgium and the Netherlands don't end up doing anything, because if they just stay neutral and Germany just has to attack the Maginot Line, then we'll be okay, because they can't break the Maginot Line. I mean, I could probably just leave however many troops there are there now, and that would be all I need. Okay, I got to decide. Do we go for the Little Entente and get Yugoslavia, Romania, and even Poland as part of our faction? It would be these three nations here, which would border the Eastern German fronts, but combined together, I don't think they would be able to be put any pressure against Germany. So that's what I'm worried about, because I think it'd still be resting on my shoulders a lot. We could just become Germany ourselves, just go full fascist, and then reverse, absorb Germany, and then become the Germany. I gotta sneeze. Do I? Oh my god. It's right at the tip of my nose. It's the worst feeling in the world. Could revise Versailles. We do need help. Volunteer force, right-wing rhetoric, daily fashion support. We'll actually get that up pretty quickly. France first can create factions. So we could do our own faction, but again, I mean, if we want to do that, we might as well go down this. It gives us free events to go invite them. You know what? Let's see if we can beat up Germany in give them a bit of their own medicine. One thing I did forget to do was get all my planes together. Sure, even the ones that are on... Did we not get them all together? Yeah, now they're all going to France. Unfulfilled import request, that's okay because we did import excess oil, so the fact that it's all excess is absolutely okay. We have a bunch of planes here. It'd be good to organize these into static numbers. I don't like the 60s and the 192s. It just doesn't look right. So set these all up to 100, especially while we're doing nothing at the moment. Again, tactical bombers we'll need, because as much as I hope to eventually take out the Germans, it would be ill-advised to bomb their factories, but in order to beat them, we're probably going to have to bomb their factories just to really slow down their advance. The fighters, I guess, because we've got a larger limit here, or higher capacity for production, we will set those higher. Interestingly enough, it feels like Argentina, who I was playing as before in my other campaign, it feels like they had more industrial capacity than France currently does, which is it's quite interesting. It really puts into perspective how weak France was, or I guess still is. That's that to worry about. How long roughly until we're so low on supplies? Getting more men in here is just going to be a nightmare. Even tanks as well, they're going to be producing really slowly. We can check how long it would take for them to be deployed. 1,000 days. So yeah, getting I think starting off getting the military factories was a good idea, because we definitely need that. After that, national focus, and we start to get, I think, this just to get the fascism support. Then we're going to go down here and start getting all these military factories and all that. Get the extra research slot. That's probably as far as we'll go. I don't think getting the nuclear and the jet research bonuses is that useful. Then from that, I think we'll just like rush down here as quickly as possible. Okay, so we finish that. We get even more research time. Because the quicker you get it, the shorter it will be to research everything else. It's just sort of a cumulative bonus. We have a submarine here that I completely missed. Send them up over there. In terms of, as part of the French home front, we'll have all of our African troops in here as well. So we can join them up into this army. Nope, okay, I did that wrong. Get all these units, get a new commander, give him just this general here, and we'll get him to, actually we've got to get all these units that are in France together. Quite a large amount of land to protect, but I think we just sort of garrison it all. I feel like the garrison command is really weak. If any invasion lands, they don't do anything to protect it, so you really got to micromanage everything. Okay, so factory output minus 90%. There's no way we can do that. Changing popularity for a communist. So we could have factory output minus 90% for 90 days, or have that for a whole year. Well, I don't really want communism, so let them strike, I suppose. I don't know how the events of France work out. But I guess we'll just get them to just garrison everything. I mean, the African territories I don't care about. The Indochin territories? Is Indochin right? They I care a bit more about. Even this here, French Somaliland. I want to go resources. There's nothing there, so that's okay. I guess it sort of provides a jumping point into French Indochina, which again has the rubber, which is very important. I might just get some these guys here, and we will set them up over here, unless we can't. So it looks like you can only set up infantry divisions in your home territory, and then you just have to transport them out later, which makes reasonable amount of sense. It's annoying, to say the least, but that's fine. It's understandable. Okay, so naval dockyards is going to be important as well. We will need them. Getting a bunch of subs we will deploy to. Okay, what is this event? Factory construction speed for both civilian and military. Change economy law to early mobilization. That could be good. We currently have civilian economy, so that is actually a bonus. It might look like it's a percentage drop, but we currently have only a civilian economy, which, as you can see there, be bad. So I think getting into early mobilization, free event for that's pretty cool. We have more free military factories, which we're gonna keep putting into infantry weapons. We're gonna actually stack up the factories there, make sure we get them all. Keep the game unpaused, and we want to have our submarines deployed to Brest. I suppose it's Brittany is what it's called. I assume so, yeah. Okay, so that's that sorted. Sorted. Yes. Right, so becoming fascist ASAP is good. It'd be nice to join all these guys into our faction, because we don't want to join Germany. That's bad. Germany's the bad guys here. They always will be. But we still do want to beat them up. So, military factories. I mean, how quickly are these producing? 30th of July, 10%. Is that? Oh, it's done 10%. Okay. I want to see. It looks like 75 per day. Yeah, 75 per day. Which isn't bad, but not great either. Missing equipment production is fine, as is the unfulfilled import requests. It's not an issue for me right now. Yeah, after we get the fascism support bonus, then we're gonna go straight into getting the industry, because that's something we really need. Factories. That might be also why we're having trouble here, because of these factory strikes. I mean, we could have gone communist. It would have been a lot easier because we've already got 30% communism within our country. But I'm not interested in that. So we could do this, which means we join the Allies. So we don't want to do that. We're going to say, hey, that sucks. You know, don't do that. You're bad. But not really do anything about it. So we'll get the daily fascism support. And basic machine tools is done, which is good. And in terms of what we go for out of these two, either concentrated industry, or do we want to go dispersed industries? Production efficiency retention, we're not going to have too much of it changing around, just because we're going to be focused on just generally producing the one things. Could be good, the dispersed industry. Does lower our total output, but would it be good to have this? Are we going to be bombed? I don't know how good Germany's air force will be. If we're fighting them without Britain, then it's going to be tougher. So I think we'll go with the dispersed industry. I'm going to try that. I normally go for the concentrated industry. I just prefer the extra 10% bonus to factory output. But we'll try the dispersed industry. Probably not as good on France as it is other countries, but this is a learning experience. I mean, it still is. I mean, as I said, I'm no way, in any way, shape or form, an expert at this game. I'm still learning. So that's something we have to deal with. We could just put up forts and stuff up here. I was wondering like what that national focus was. Upon forts is that it gets an event for Belgium, the extension of the Maginot Line, but I don't know if it actually does anything. That's the problem. We'll get the, you still here, silent workhorse. Get that extra political power gain, because we're only getting 0.5 per day, which is pretty pathetic. It would be good to get rid of disjointed government, which I think we maybe need one of these other ones. Right-wing rhetoric, army of aggression. So yeah, if we go all the way down there, then we get rid of that political power loss. Which we don't exactly need at the moment. It would be good to get. Power gain and getting support device that will help with fascism support. Plus 0.2 daily is pretty good, actually. It'd be nice to start with a little more fascism in our country, but I think that adds a bit more challenge to it. Granted, I mean, if we started 100% fascist, I still think we'd probably struggle against Germany. They're going for West Wall, UK, reinforce the Empire, Purge still, Defense Fund, Italy, Harrier effort. Really makes me sad is that Spain doesn't have their own custom tree, or national focus tree. Because that was the first game I played off camera, and I had a lot of fun with Spain. I think I played a communist Spain, I think it was. That was pretty fun. I took over France. I enjoyed that, but they don't have a custom tree, which is sad. I'm sure they'll add them all later into the game, but for now it's kind of lacking in that sense. But that's okay. I think most people are going to be playing these sort of main countries, like, you know, UK, Germany, USSR, stuff like that. So it's not like the just like sort of basic trees are not interesting. I think they're actually still pretty good, but it would be nice if there was a bit more. And obviously there'll be mod support and whatnot, so that will eventually come in. So that's okay. Military factors are building up. Okay, just we need so many rifles. It's going to be so tough. I didn't realize how weak France was, so there's a pretty solid chance we're gonna lose. Just sort of gotta hope that's Brussels. Because the thing is, if we take out Brussels here, and we just have to have this front with Germany, then that's one province they can only march into. Maybe Luxembourg as well, but even still, I'd rather have just those two as opposed to, you know, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 extra spots for where they could attack. I think if you're going to have a nice tight front, then obviously the larger numbers will be pushed into smaller amounts and it won't be as big of an issue. You do not have, you're not assigned to any army. I suppose assign you to you. Okay. Divisions are slowly coming in, very slowly coming in. Again, I don't really want to train them. We need this manpower. Because in the off chance that Germany just decides to send endless men at us at the Maginot Line, which is kind of the hope, then even still, they'll have a lot of manpower because they're fascist as well. They do get pretty sizable buffs with their manpower, especially as Germany as well, who probably, if not the strongest nation in the game. So even if we do have them just charge at our line, it's not going to be easy to hold them all off forever. So we do start with Grand Battle Plan, which I'm not sure if we actually want. I might want to go with Mobile Warfare, because actually, you know, I actually really enjoy Grand Battle Plan, so we'll stick with that for now. All this stuff is doing okay. We could get, I think, better support weapons, because we are pretty behind on that, so it'd be good to get that from the start. Political power is still horrendous. It'd be really good to get rid of that disjointed government. I'm just not sure what else we really want our political power for. Obviously, for all these laws and the governments here, it'll be useful. I'm not sure if it's worth going down here so quickly. I mean, it would take 70, or a bit less than 70, so 70, 140 days to get rid of those bonuses. I think for a year that's okay, and then we should still have plenty of time to go down and get all of these industry national focuses, because we 100% need them, and they're really good actually. I mean, you get what, 4 civilian factories for free basically, so that's really awesome. It only works at Algiers, which I guess is okay because we're still getting the military factors. I suppose the position of them isn't so important. Getting this as early as possible, I think, is the right idea. Haha. Because 1% fascism is actually horrendously small. I mean, probably even the US starts with more than that. Probably not. Okay, yeah. Yep. But even still, fascism in most other countries is like even slightly there. So would have been important to go for that. Strikes are over, so that's good. Our factories will start to really be producing a bit better now. 690 days. Okay, so it has gone down by about 1,300 days, which is pretty good if you think about it. Maybe I do want to train up our units. Most of them are pretty like level 2-ish. We'll go right-wing rhetoric, because I think the quicker we can also get Italy on our side, the better. Because if we get them on our side, because I'm pretty sure if we just do this faction here, if we do this, they will just join our faction. We don't actually have to create one. Granted, do France first. It says we can create factions, but here it says they'll join the French faction. So I'm pretty sure we'll just get our own faction created, and at that point we can, you know, then go and invite Yugoslavia and Romania and all these guys there into. There's a bit of fascism in Poland, so it still could be good to boost the party popularity in there. Oh, I need to eat. Maybe I don't. I think it's whatever I ate is just coming back up. That's lovely to see in a video. Anyway, we'll end the video there. 20 minutes. That's the time. I think I had to pause the entire time there. That's my bad. So yeah, again, pretty slow start. Apologies for that, but that's kind of how it is. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, do all that stuff. You know, I think I might cut that for my outro from now on. I think that's probably a good idea. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.